Minutes when we electronically file a case, we will be suing the city of DeLand because the city of DeLand, thinks it's a good idea in the middle of an economic recession to assign fines up to $100 per person for not submitting to the fact that they believe that the government owns their face and that they need to be wearing a mask all the time everywhere they go in the city, and if they don't, they should be getting fines, and that's why we're launching a lawsuit. This mandate that they passed 2 weeks ago, or just over a week ago on July 2nd, is totally and completely unconstitutional and illegal. In addition to being horrible policy, it is absolutely terrible policy in the middle of the economic recession to take police officers, all the stuff that they're dealing with right now in this political and social climate, and say, okay, we're going to make you code enforcement officers for whether people are wearing masks or not. And you're going to go around ticketing people, business owners and individuals, whether they're wearing a mask. It's absolutely terrible policy. But like I said, in addition to that, it's totally unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional because it violates 3 different parts of the Florida Constitution. Article 1, Section 2, the Equal Protection Clause. Article 1, Section 9, the Due Process Clause. It's completely arbitrary and unreasonable law. And third of all, it violates Article 1, Section 23, the Privacy Clause. We have a robust provision to protect privacy and liberty here in the state of Florida, and the last thing we need is government intruding into a new area of human behavior that they want to regulate. They've never done this before. You look at the history of our state, we've never seen government, especially local government, but any government, tell us what we have to do with our own face and our own body. It's very rare. In this case, when it comes to wearing a mask, it's never been done before. And yet so many in the media and in society aren't thinking about that. Yet once you give power to government, a new power, a new area that they can control, do you think they're ever going to relent and let that go again? No. They're trying to create a new normal. And the career politicians who are enacting these laws aren't thinking about that most of the time. They're just passing whatever it is that they think should be the new law. And our friends in the media aren't helping. They're purposely reporting the least important metric in this entire crisis. Cases. Let's talk about cases. There's 70,000 cases in the last 8 days. How many media outlets are reporting on hospitalizations and fatalities? How many people are talking about the gross amount of Florida? If you look at the geographic area of Florida, how many places like here in Volusia County where it's either flatlined or gone down in the most important metrics? Why are they only talking about cases? Cases for people who are largely immune, people in their mid-20s. I was just in a hearing for a similar lawsuit in Leon County last week. The average person hospitalized, who's going to be okay, is 25 years old. Okay, so we're passing this novel, new, heavy-handed government mandate that in some places will allow people to be arrested, many fined up to $100 or $250 or $500 like they're doing in St. Augustine. And it's based on numbers that are completely skewed and misinterpreted and misrepresented to the people by the media. And it's terribly, terribly wrong. So we're announcing this new lawsuit. The county's going to be served this week. And here are our demands. Here's our demands. Either amend this ordinance that they just passed and make it a recommendation. If they want to recommend masks, that's totally fine. It should be up to the individuals of DeLand and Volusia County and the individual business owners and property owners of Volusia County whether they want to advise people to wear masks or wear masks themselves. That's a totally personal decision. It's a personal medical decision. Or scrap the whole thing and get rid of this ordinance and just get out of the business. Focus on the real needs of the people. You're in the middle of an economic recession. The people who made this law did not take a pay cut. Okay, they did not go on unemployment. They did not go on Florida reemployment. Okay,
shame on them.
But because they want a virtue signal, they think it's a good idea to come up with new regulations and smack around working Floridians here in Volusia County. And it's absolutely wrong. So that's what our lawsuit's going to be. It'll be filed just here in just a few moments. On behalf of a working gentleman right here in DeLand, a truck driver, who, for reasons highlighted in the lawsuit, doesn't quite even understand when you're complying. If you read these laws, you don't even really know when you're complying or not. If somebody walks near you within a business establishment, apparently you just broke the law. It's a completely unclear mandate. And thankfully, that's one of the reasons why at least some police departments in Central Florida have been very hesitant to interpret these things. They're probably, they themselves look at this as unconstitutional. You look, the Flagler County Sheriff just last week wrote a memo highlighting Section 23, Article 1 of the Florida Constitution, saying these are unconstitutional. And on top of that, with everything that the police have going on, all the constraints on their time, all the riots that these politicians have encouraged in the streets of Volusia County and other places in Central Florida, do we really want to burden police with this new ridiculous mandate? The answer is no.
No.
And if you have any questions, we'd love to answer your questions, but we'll hang out for a while and make our voices heard here in Volusia County.
Thank you.
We support constitutional sheriffs.
Freedom.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, we have some more speakers if you don't
Yes.
have any questions. No questions?
Anybody else would like
So
to
this
speak?
is Brian